旋铃飞，飞过江，水泱泱，山茫茫。明月光，月光照着影子长。海内西川四方，万一莫相忘。旋铃飞，飞断肠。天苍苍，地茫茫。明月光，悠悠夜凉。海内西川四方，换阿爹阿娘千万莫相忘。
Another wave of tacit discords will be here any moment. Good. Then we have arrived at the right time. Our orders are to reinforce the western second front. Fellow artisans, ready the blade puppets. George Atelier has poured years into this generation of blade puppets. There is no better test than real combat. Yuan Fortress was built by the Ministry of Development and George Atelier. It is the pinnacle of human intellect. Mindless, tacit discords cannot be allowed to undo that.
Yes, sir!
George Atelier. Liang Yu mentioned them. A Mengzhou organization devoted to the mechanist arts.
Excuse me?
I'm back?
Zhuanfang is not exactly peaceful these days, young lady. This ground is dangerous. It would be wiser not to linger here.
Sir, that advice applies just as well to yourself. Wouldn't you agree?
Oh? My apologies. I misjudged you. You carry a military blade, so you are a soldier, I take it. It's only that your face is new, and you do not dress like one of the wardens.
I'm with the Jinzhou Midnight Rangers. Why I've come to Xuanfang? It's a long story. Not for this place. Since you've questioned me, perhaps you can offer your own name and identity in return. As you said, this place is not exactly peaceful. A civilian wandering alone through these mountains is unusual, to say the least.
Of course. My name is Muyu. I am an artisan under the Xuanfang Ministry of Development. If you do not trust me, I have my badge with me. Yesterday, on orders from the Ministry of War, I went to a nearby censure court for routine maintenance. But before I even made it inside, I watched the auto puppets go rogue. They attacked the wardens escorting me. I was fortunate. I lived, but I had to retreat deep into the cliffs. Only once I was certain the auto puppets had moved on did I dare come back out. Then I found you here, looking rather shaken. Judging by the area around us, you must have endured quite a battle. Did you fight all these auto puppets yourself? Remarkable.
There's something about this man. Since you're a Ministry of Development artisan, let me escort you back to the hold.
This is no time to return to the hold. I must get to the Western Fang Peaks now. I must not dally.
The Western Fang Peaks? Why? What's there?
The Western Fang Peaks houses the Skyworks, Xuanfang's largest auto puppet production plant and tacit discord disposal facility. If that place falls, rogue auto puppets and tacit discords will spill into every corner of Xuanfang. The consequences are unthinkable. In truth, when I reviewed the patrol routes of the auto puppets days ago, auto puppets are self-operating machines. At first, I assumed a few units had suffered minor faults.
But the ruins of Yuan Fortress lie between the eastern and western Fang Peaks. How do you plan to get there?
This is the entrance. The fortress has been abandoned.
These are traces of the Fortress and Gorge's war.
Correct. When that war erupted, tacit discord swept into Xuanfang. The main battlefield was this fortress, built by Meng Zhou in earlier days against these monsters.
Those symbols and the mechanisms.
The construction was overseen by both the Ministry of Development and Zhuo Jun Atelier's Grand Helm. It would be strange if the Atelier's marks were not here.
The Yuan Fortress battlefield. Even after all these years, it still feels so.
At the time, the tide of tacit discords swelled the land. Meng Zhou's sentinel, Xin the Moonfall, concluded that the fortress alone would not withstand their onslaught. So she turned to powers beyond mortal understanding. With the authority of her station, she raised Xuanfang Hold atop the ruins of Yuan Fortress. It was meant to be the apex of automata mechanics. Once complete, as the Sentinel envisioned, its very architecture would redirect and eliminate tacit discords. A mechanism so vast, so intricate, so perfectly ordered that no mortal hand could ever hope to build it. Unfortunately, Overthrax launched its surprise attack just days before completion.
They were using themselves as bait, luring tacit discords into the censure cages.
Against a tacit discord outbreak, the forces stationed in the fortress and the Atelier's blade puppets were little more than straw and mud.
And yet, because of them, so many others were spared. This damage, it isn't just from tacit discords. It looks more like some kind of explosion.
And it seems you do not know how the Fortress and Gorge's war truly ended. That is to be expected. Even now, to most of Mangzhou, it is little more than a memory of suffering. When they realized that no amount of human effort could ever drive back the tacit discords, when every hope was exhausted, every option spent, Mangzhou's last defenders detonated the entire Yuan fortress. After that, a higher will descended upon Zhuanfang and brought that gruesome war to an end. No, this isn't right. What went wrong? Weapons? Mobility? Or is it...
Damn you, tacit discord.
Oh, fascinating. The most uncontrollable part of a person, remade into the stepping stone toward perfection. Is that not putting it to its best use? What is it, young lady? The Skyworks lies just ahead. We may soon learn the reason for the Auto Puppet's rebellion.
Your right eye.
This eye? Pay it no mind. An old wound left by a tacit discord years ago. Nothing more.
This encounter, was it during the Fortress and Gorge's war?
Interesting. You couldn't have known me before. And no one alive in Xuanfang knows the particulars of my past.
When people speak, they always try, without knowing, to hide what they leave unsaid. Unfortunately, I'm very good at seeing it.
Oh, you possess that ability. So then, I assume you saw something in that Sonoro, didn't you?
200 years ago, you were with Georgian Atelier.
Georgian Atelier. Even now, the name elicits a certain fondness. A so-called gathering of geniuses, eccentrics, and madmen. A sophisticated nursery. In the eyes of a higher will, what difference is there between the wisest human beings and the cleverest colony of ants? The destination lies plainly within sight, and yet the Sentinel only watches from a lofty perch as the ants line up and march in circles. Meaningless circles. Fire has burned in this world so long, the world has forgotten how the fire began. The first flame was stolen from the gods by none other than human hands.
You're the one behind all of this.
I'm not behind anything. Please do not demote me into one of those dull schemers. The sort you've likely heard of. The Fraxidus. I am simply finishing a research project. To do that, one requires experiments for supporting evidence.
You can save that speech for the Ministry of War.
I am a man who values efficiency. To waste even 1 second on anyone or anything unrelated to my purpose would already be excessive. I only revealed myself to you here because I determined it was necessary. You lavish so much attention on others, and so remain stubbornly blind to your own nature. Pitiful. The way you live is no different from burning a chine for kindling and boiling a crane for broth. I can sense it. The reverberations formed from your frequency are the perfect medium. The one I have long sought. 100, no. 1,000 ordinary reverberations could not compare to you.
From the moment we met, you've done nothing but talk it yourself. I don't understand what you're saying, and I don't care to. But I do know this. The wind will not carry these words anywhere. Your madness ends here!